all of it. Not a great habit. I'm very aware of it, and I do things to avoid the situation, but I have to accept and own that it's one of my less positive habits. There are also habits, as I mentioned earlier, that we inherit from our families, and sometimes we're not even aware of it. They're unconscious patterns that repeat, cycles that repeat through generations, and they're expectations that society puts upon us, ways that society expects us to act. And I'll give you an example of how these two might work. In 1987, I started graduate school. And shortly before that, I'd met a man. I didn't know him all that well, but it seemed like a really good idea for us to get married. So I started graduate school in 1987, and in 1988, we got married. We could tell immediately that cycles or patterns or habits from our family were beginning to repeat themselves. Not positive habits, not habits that are good for a marriage, but they were there nonetheless. In 1989, our first daughter, Madison, was born. We came home from the hospital on our 1-year anniversary, and I kept going to graduate school. In 1990, our beautiful daughter, Leah, was born, and my husband left, and I earned an Outstanding Instructor Award as a teaching assistant in the School of Education. In 1991, I finished my master's degree, and my husband came back. In 1992, our son was born, our amazing son, Christopher, and my husband left. So this time I decided to move to where he was. In 1993, I filed for divorce. In 1994, early in the year, our beautiful daughter, Kendall, was born. And at the end of that year, our divorce was finalized. In 1995, I finished my doctorate. And I tell you this story because, one, I'm very proud of the degree that my children and I earned. But more importantly, I think than that, is the habits that we developed. We learned to prioritize, highly prioritize education because we recognized that it was a way to give us power and control over our future. It gave us more choices in terms of where we lived, our health care, the food, the schools that my children attended, and so forth. And we also developed habits that led to more confidence, more self-esteem. I have 3 daughters who are amazing, confident, strong women. I have a son who respects women and respects himself. What's important is that you identify the habits you want in your life, that you have faith and trust that you can make them happen, and they will happen. And then you just get on your path and you just keep going. Thank you so much.